Hey guys, it's Lagnajita, and I was asked to do this video for the Free Nashville Poetry Library's series on life in quarantine. I'm currently not in Nashville at the moment. I'm instead in Phoenix, Arizona, living out of a van with my boyfriend. It's been a long journey to get here. We actually left for my poetry album and book tour for I don't know anyone here on the first day of the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in America. But of course, we didn't know that at the time. We were more concerned about frozen iguanas falling from trees in Florida on our first day. And so therefore we continued south and traced its southern border, and things were honestly seemingly so normal, so fine. We went to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary due to our incompetent administration until pretty much mid-March, mid to late March, when we had to make the decision whether to go home and endanger our families or if that is even financially feasible. And we decided to just kind of stay and shelter in place and hunker down and camp out and escape the Colorado cold. So we came down here to Arizona, and we've been living at the Cracker Barrel parking lot for about a month or so, and it's been difficult to kind of avoid going into public when all of your essential resources that you need have to be acquired from the public. Every day we have to go out to use the bathroom, fill up our water for the sink as well, and get ice for our cooler. And that's been difficult because all the grocery stores have shut off the water fountains in a time where water is probably more essential than ever before, which leads me into kind of the biggest thing I've learned being sheltered in place during this crisis, is that now more than ever, though it's been continuing, people have been really struggling with home insecurity and getting essential resources and tools due to the system that is kind of furthering the divide between those who are privileged enough to actually social distance and those who cannot afford to. And this problem has really kind of humbled me because I do have a home technically to go to. Many of these people do not. We are out here, kind of witnessing this struggle pretty much every day. There's usually tons of campers, tons of people even living in cars in the Cracker Barrel parking lots, and that's been a difficult thing to watch, as well as just the kind of blatant disregard for most people's view on the social distancing, which you might be able to see. Probably there's like hundreds of people just walking around this park right now like nothing has happened. And my mom pretty much has been calling me every day, just kind of anxious and scared and worried, but also angry as to why we are still here and we are still trying to survive. And it's not been the most pleasant, but it has taught me what I find essential and what others can't acquire, and it has taught me that you can't be selfish when it comes to a global pandemic. This is everyone's problem. So I've kind of taken this time to write a little bit this poem for my mom in a sense, but also just to let everyone know that it is a trying time. It's probably been the hardest just way of life I've ever encountered, and it it's certainly different from moving around and living in a van and being in place and living in a van and not knowing if you're going to be able to find the things that you need to even survive. But I've been cooking a lot. I'm sure you guys have seen. I've been reading, and I've been trying my best to hope for a day when we can move forward along the tour and further west. So this is a poem I wrote as per my mother's request, about how as people are being distanced, nature is thriving, inspired by a tomato. Did you know to grow another tomato plant, you could root a piece of one in soil? The piece is called a sucker, and it looks just like its mother. Our tomato plant was a weed growing in the sidewalk cracks of the Cracker Barrel where we stayed, where the menu of a meat and three I did not think had tomato and thus been thrown out of the windows. Everyone is a garden bought at the store. 1999 and the promise of bloom or bought already half grown. We are all living the same life. Like dirty water, injected with disease, spread like rumor, swollen by stillness, tomatoes are self-pollinating. Unlike people who do not know, alone, amidst the garden, trying to make friends with the weeds, you have never planted a thing in your life. Until now. Juice it, red all over my fingers, bloody touch of seed and failure, wiping them off on my shirt, still warm from the sun. Home is heirloom, but I never liked tomatoes until I got to Italy. Something about slow, beating us at our own game, our slim season, ethylene gas turned green, plucked into money. At what cost? Distance, turn, space, clean. Cherry-picked, sun-dried, mortgage lifter, la tomatina, the waste in our faces. Heaviness, nightshade poison, free jungle, or borrowed time. Without us, the tomatoes would still be growing in the cracks, tall as the sun, bursting with fruit. Thank you. I hope everyone is staying safe and warm in your homes. Please remember to think about others and think about yourselves.